efforts in different cities and communities. The groups are Wild Youth Leadership Institute, Jefferson Union High School District Peer Educators, Hope Preservation Nia Mentoring Project, Breathe California, and Chris Saldivar's 6th grade science class at Ralston Middle School. Our collective efforts are focused mainly on the cities of San Mateo, Redwood City, Belmont, Daly City, and Pacifica. As a result of our collective efforts throughout the county, we have conducted over 200 public opinion surveys, collected 150 endorsements of support, given over 10 presentations, and passed 3 resolutions so far, including resolutions signed by Assemblymember Jerry Hill, Pacifica City Council, San Mateo County Board of Supervisors, and the Jefferson Union High School District Board of Trustees. Youth will also be presenting to 3 city councils in the next few weeks to ask our elected officials to take a united stand and pass resolutions of support of our campaign, and to tell the movie industry to stop allowing tobacco companies to target children and youth through media. Jefferson Union High School District Peer Educators and Breathe California conducted public opinion surveys and found that over half of Daly City adults support or strongly support giving an R rating to movies that feature smoking. In addition, they found that almost 2/3 of adults strongly support requiring public service announcements before movies that feature smoking. Nia Mentoring Project Youth presented to an audience of over 175 people at an event called One Community in the North Central neighborhood of the city of San Mateo, and asked community members to get involved in their campaign. Chris Salvador's 6th grade science class is working in partnership with Breathe California to create a video documentary about tobacco use in movies. Youth Leadership Institute collected 150 endorsements of support from individuals who believe that tobacco campaigns should stop unethical marketing in youth-rated movies. Through our collective efforts, we have reached hundreds of people of many ages, ethnicities, neighborhoods, schools, and occupations who now are concerned about this issue of tobacco in youth-rated movies. If you want to take action, come show your support for our efforts during upcoming City Council meeting presentations. Nia Mentoring Project will be presenting to San Mateo City Council on June 7th. Breathe California will be presenting to Daly City Council on June 14th, and Youth Leadership Institute will be presenting to Redwood City Council on June 21st. All meetings are on Mondays and begin at 7 p.m. at each local city hall. I am excited to be part of this youth movement of change in schools and communities throughout San Mateo County. As youth advocates, we have the greatest impact when we work together and partner with elected officials, adult allies, community members, schools, and organizations. An African proverb says, "A single bracelet does not jingle." Let's keep this in mind and continue working together to make our voices heard.
Giselle. And finally, we have Jerry Hill, the Assembly member representing the 19th District in San Mateo County.
Thank you, Tristan. It's really an honor to be here, and for a number of reasons, but mainly to support the youth of the Tobacco Education Coalition of San Mateo County. I mean, we've been close for 15, 16 years in one form or another, with one initiative and one campaign or another, and We always keep moving that ball forward, a little bit at a time sometimes, and a little frustrating at times, but we still make a success. So thank you to the youth leaders who have really committed themselves and dedicated, really, I think, their lives to a tobacco-free society, and especially tobacco-free for youth. It takes a lot of courage when you're a young person and your peers are smoking, wanting to smoke, and for you to stand up and be heard and to move in the direction that you're going is a real commitment. As an elected official, I look at it as my duty to take what you say and the resolution that you proposed and move it forward. Your recommendations are great, and I'm committed to working in that partnership as we try to achieve the goal of removing smoking and tobacco products from youth movies. It is something that's vitally important, and I remember 15 years ago when we were working on some basic smoking legislation in local government that I was amazed at how much money actors were paid just to light one cigarette in a movie. And it was something I had not thought of, not believed, and couldn't thought of it. Just like one cigarette, it was $250,000 in one case, if I remember. And I'm sure Mr. Polanski has many more stories that could be more in keeping with that. But it's amazing. But whether we're parents, whether we're community leaders, whether we're police officers, or whether we're teachers, I think it's important to ask us what messages we're sending to the youth of our community and in our society today. When youth are bombarded by the images that glamorize smoking in movies, it's up to us, it's up to the adults to be responsible and to partner with youth in the homes, in schools, in churches, in synagogues, or wherever it is in the community to tackle these issues. Tobacco prevention has always been something that's been close to me and a priority for me. And just last year I had a bill in Sacramento that would have prohibited smoking on, which you would think would be an easy one to do, on hospital campuses. And the governor vetoed that bill, even though it had pretty much support from everyone. Even the hospitals didn't mind it. They thought it was a good idea. Many hospitals have already voluntarily done that, but it didn't pass through that. And earlier this year, I was so impressed when some of the youth came to my office in Sacramento to talk about this issue and to focus on the attention of it. And I was happy and excited about signing the resolution. I was also proud last year as I took the San Mateo County Bill of Rights for children and youth to Sacramento. This is the Bill of Rights that was created by the Peninsula Partnership Leadership Council, and we took that to Sacramento. And I thought, when you look at the Bill of Rights for youth and children, that was another one of those issues that is a given. It's something we shouldn't question, and the legislature fortunately passed it, and we have taken that as a resolution that kind of reinforces the investment for California's youth. So I applaud the efforts of the youth working in this campaign, and impressed with the leadership and the hard work that they have committed themselves to. And I guess I signed that resolution because someone asked me to. They were in my office and they asked me to sign it. So I think as you look around the community as leaders and as the youth leaders, all you have to do is ask. So we need those out in the community to ask them to support these issues. Just make that simple ask, and you'll be surprised at how far we can move and go in the future, especially in this campaign to limit and eliminate smoking in movies for youth. It's something we have to do. I've always said, and I firmly believe it, I said it 15 years ago, it's our goal, and it really is something very special that we have to do. If we can keep a cigarette out of one youth, one child, for one extra day, due to whatever efforts that is. If it's the efforts by not seeing it in a movie that doesn't glamorize it and they don't feel that they have to do it, or peer pressure, if we can keep it out of their hands and in their mouth for one day, that's one extra day. All of your efforts in the Tobacco Education Coalition, through peer pressure, through education, can sink in, can make that impression so that they won't get addicted to nicotine. And as we know, nicotine is far more addictive than heroin. So it's something we have to work on, and just ask. That's all you have to do. Thank you very much, Richard. Thanks for doing a great job as an MC today, too.
Thank you.